Welcome in for some Tigers versus the St. Louis Cardinals practice call. Cardinals and Tigers are currently tied in the bottom of the top of the first inning. 2-2 count is called for strike three looking, and the Tigers get out of a jam as Jack Flaherty struck out the last batter of that inning, trying to get stuff set up for this stream. Colt Keith to lead it off for the Tigers. Sorry, y'all. Not as prepared as I thought I would be for this stream. Didn't get the lineups till late. Colt Keith. Kevin McGonigal. Just an ad, y'all. Nothing too special going on right now. Gleyber Torres, and what's the next one? Kerry Carpenter. Normally in broadcasting, you'd be in an ad right now. I should get some of those set up. Kerry. As the Tigers come up to bat, their starting lineup is Colt Keith, Kevin McGonigal, Gleyber Torres, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, Jake Rogers. Oh, it's Riley Green, I got wrong. On the bump for the St. Louis Cardinals is Dustin May. Same last name as the Michigan pitcher. Here's the 0-0. Call for ball on the inside. Tigers trying to get off their hump. They won yesterday against the Cardinals, stopping a 4-game skid. Now back in contention, trying to get back to the promised land where they went down in Game 5 of the ALDS. Here's the 1-0. Call for strike one. Got the bottom of the zone. No ABS call on that one from Colt Keith. Still getting the lineup for y'all. Trying to get in, I think. 1-1 set. Here's the pitch. Call for ball into the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. Sometimes in broadcasting, I gotta get a clicker. One of the ones that umpires have. Colt Keith standing in a left-hander's batter's box. Here's the 2-1. Ball 3 on the inside, almost hitting Colt. Colt Keith trying to get on for Kevin McGonigal, the star rookie, hitting 4 for 5 in his debut. Sets, leg kick, and fires. Hit grounder to the second baseman. He chops it up to the first baseman, and that is going to be an infield single. Looked like it actually hit off of Dustin May. And he's limping, so we might have a pitching change already in this inning. Just to go back, it was a hit up the middle, and it bounced off Dustin May's leg and went towards the pitch. Oh, yeah. Dustin May jumped up on one leg. It hit the one ankle and then moved to the first baseman, and that's where Colt Keith was able to be safe. So there's going to be no error call, but he is definitely limping. The Cardinals are wearing their all baby blue with red sleeves red sleeves on the undershirt as we are still in tie. That is 104 mph exit velocity coming right back at your leg. So you know that hurts. Carey Riley and then Dylan and then Zach. It goes Riley. Yeah, it goes Carey. Why did it just say? I don't know. This thing's being dumb. He's setting back up on the bump, looking to possibly keep going here as he just shook off. I mean, that's definitely poise, being able to stay up and pure determination. And the thing is, he can't. Oh, they are allowing him to do practice pitching. See if he's good enough. That's smart. I wasn't thinking that they would be able to. Dylan, that's Zach. Actually, we'll go with this. We'll start doing this on. Kevin McGonigal now up for the Tigers. 5 pitches from Dustin May. Here's the 1-0. Here's the 0-0. Called for strike one. Got the lower inner corner. Kevin McGonigal standing in the left-hander's batter's box, just like his teammate Colt Keith. 10 hard hit balls from McGonigal. Tied for team lead. Pitch clock down to 3. Here's the pitch. Fouled off behind the plate. Count goes to 0-2. As we are getting situated here in the first inning. Tigers won game 1 against the Cardinals. We gotta go back into the batter's box. Dustin May stares down McGonigal. Pitches. Called strike 3. Looking. McGonigal goes down. Colt Keith gets an infield grounder, infield single. Then McGonigal goes down looking. Not what you like to see if you're a Tigers fan, but there's plenty of innings to go still. So there's no really worry from the team or as a fan. May checks the runner at first. Colt Keith is back standing. Dustin May gets the sign and fires. Strike down the middle. Letting that go is an interesting tactic from the shortstop in Gleyber Torres. Second baseman. 8 walks on the season, tied 4th in the whole Major League Baseball. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2. Almost thought about it. It was on the upper portion from a curveball, it looked like. And that's interesting, throwing a curveball up there. You can definitely get someone thinking, but that's also dangerous territory. 0-2 count. What does May have for Torres? Ball. Low outside. Almost was able to get to him. Whether Holt is at second. Here's a pitch. Call for ball 2 on the outside. A little outside low, almost into the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Interesting style pitching there. You have a guy on his back door. 0-2 count, and now it's 2-2. Colt Keith leading off at first. Here's the pitch. Hit to the center fieldman. That gets down, and that's going to be a single. He can't grab it. Colt Keith rounding third. He's going to score, and that is a double from Torres. And the Tigers take an early 1-0 lead. That's what you like to see. It was a little blooper in a way. Hit towards center field. The center fieldman can't get to it. And Scott, and then he tries to get it so to throw it in. Cole Keith wasn't sure if he was going to take off. And then once he knew that it was down, he took off running and slid down, even though he didn't need to. And the Tigers take a 1-0 lead. You love to see that if you're a Tigers fan. Dustin May's pitch outside for ball one to Kerry Carpenter. And that's what you want to see. You, as Tigers, being able to, for Torres, you're in an 0-2 count. You battle back to 2-2, and then you hit one shallow center and score a run. And it's interesting scoring a run when the runner's at first. But Cole Keith has wheels. Here's the pitch. Hit to left field. Left fielder going back, looking up. It's over the wall. 2-run shot from Kerry Carpenter. And the Tigers take a 3-0 lead. Man, you love to see that if you're a Tigers fan. Bottom of the first, 1 out. Cole Keith gets on for an infield single off the leg of Dustin May. Kevin McGonigal goes down looking unfortunate. Gleyber Torres drives in Cole Keith with an RBI double to shallow center field. And then Kerry Carpenter comes in, one pitch, and takes it to the moon. Here's a pitch from May. High and away, 4-1 to Riley Green. Man, you gotta love home runs. Dustin May sets, kicks the leg, and fires. Called strike one on the lower half. Tigers trying to keep this momentum going after the Cardinals were left no scoring in the top of the first. Riley Green fouls it off down the left field line into foul territory. Riley Green batting at .241 on the season, 5 RBIs. Dog in the background, sorry, y'all. Here's the pitch. Ball on the inside corner, almost got the lower inside corner. But count goes back to 2-2, and we know what happened last time with 2-2. To Kerry Carpenter, Gleyber Torres. Dustin May, 19 pitches. Here's 20. Ball 3 on the inside, almost hitting Riley Green. And now Riley Green has a full count with no runners on, 1 out. May breathes, shoulders go up and down. Kicks the leg and deals. Ball 4 on the outside, almost got him. May stood, and May is shocked he did not get the call there. And for people that can't watch and are listening, Kerry Carpenter almost just like reached for it and then somehow got it oppo taco to left field. Just snuck over the wall. Man, you wish that would go through the Little Caesars hole that's in left field, because I'm pretty sure if it goes through that hole, the whole stadium gets free Little Caesars pizza. Don't quote me on that one. First pitch to Dylan Dingler is called for a ball. Second pitch, swung and miss, fastball high. Gotta love the high cheddar. Works most of the time, but if it doesn't, it is sent to the moon most of the time. Dustin May checks the runner at first. In Green. Green walked. Ball 1 on the outside. Ball 2, Dylan Dingler, 2-1 count. First ball was on the inside. Second pitch, high fastball, swung and miss. And ball 3 on the outside. Dylan Dingler in the right-hander's batter's box. May looks at the runner and fires. Slider outside. Count goes to 3-1. Cardinals trying to get out of it with May. May got hit in the first at bat. He's doing well. Leg kick and fires. Swing and a miss. Got it by him with the fastball. May's got to try and use that fastball. It was a sinker, but sinker's a fastball. And you want to see this happen from the Cardinals, being able to use the sinker, get it by the batters from the Tigers. May gets a sign from his catcher, sets and fires. Swing and a miss, high fastball, got Dingler. Dingler goes down on a high fastball. Now coming up to bat, Zach McKinstry, alum of the Central Michigan Chippewas. Dustin May gives up a 2-run shot in an RBI double to Gleyber Torres and Kerry Carpenter and allows Riley Green to walk, and Dylan Dingler shuts down. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Zach McKinstry hitting good in dead center. Most people normally would hit good dead center. And then lower middle. Not the greatest in top, middle, and outer half. May's pitch. Thought about it. Called strike 1 on the upper half. Camera's going to the Tigers manager and AJ Hinch. He must be feeling decent, but you can never get complacent in baseball. Pickoff attempt. Backsliding is Green. Dustin May does not seem to be having any problem with his leg that got hit by a 104-mile-per-hour comeback. Here's the pitch. Curveball hit the top corner. What a pitch from Dustin May. A curve, outer half, McKinstry in the left-hander's batter's box. So you can picture where that ball is. And that's a crazy pitch for Zach not to even swing at. Here's the pitch. Curveball outside. 4-2. Count moves to 2-2. Pictures of the Tigers dugout showing. May pulls his leg and sets and kicks. Swing and a miss. Fouled off, Good job from McKinstry to be able to foul off that fastball high and in. That is a deadly pitch for pitchers, but can also be taken for a ride. McKinstry just got the top of that pitch. Pitch clock moving down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Pickoff attempt. Riley Green safe sliding. That is away, but with the disengagements that are in this game now, it's helpful. And Riley Green taking a big lead at first. McKinstry, 2-2 count. 4, 3, deals. Fouled off down the left field line. 6 pitches now for McKinstry, making May work. In the first inning alone, Dustin May is up to 33 pitches. 34th coming. Speaking of 34, trying to make it from a 3-game to a 4-run game. Here's a pitch. Fastball high. Riley Green runs, and he is out at second. Great throw there. The St. Louis Cardinal catcher in Pajes. Out by a mile. He might be safe, though. I'm looking at the replay on this. That might be safe, and I think Hinch is going to challenge that. Nope, he does not. And we go down to the top of the second. Tigers score a 3 spot. Cardinals 0. Cardinals trying to make a difference after they lose 4-0 yesterday. Back in a minute. Trying to. Oh, well, we'll do this. St. Louis Cardinals. We'll get this one. Okay. Tigers. Keith playing third is interesting. I haven't seen that before. Maybe I have. Just update my scorecard so I have stuff up for y'all, so I don't really have to think about who was at each position. McGonigal playing short. He played third, I'm pretty sure, to start his series out against the Padres. Couple ads playing in my peripheral. I have the game up on my phone, y'all, so that's why if you see me looking off to my right, your left, that's what I'm doing. I'm watching the game on my phone while it's on the charger. I can't really get it up on my PlayStation or TV, so that's what we're going to deal with, and it's fine. Gleyber Torres is at second, and it helps to have the lineup so you can go left to right if you need to fill space with broadcasting, as this is just a practice call live. Shout out my classmate and fellow broadcaster Evan Furno for this idea. Sages for the Cardinals, up for them. Currently in the 7 hole, excuse me. Yeah, 6 hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hole. Oh, call for ball on the inside, almost hitting Sages. Jack Flaherty on the bump for the Tigers. 1-0. Lays down a bunt, pulls it back, called strike 1. Count moves to 1-1. It would be easier to call this TV, but it's fine. Here's a pitch. Pop up behind the plate. That drifts into foul territory in the seats behind home plate. 1-2 now. As the Cardinals did not go down 1-2-3. They had 5 back to the plate. 2 walks, and then 3 straight outs. Here's the 1-2. Chopper foul down the third base line. Count will remain with a uno dos. Uno-dos. We'll say that. 1-2 count. Waiting for Flaherty to deal. And he deals. Called strike 3 on the outer upper corner. Strikeout for Flaherty. Couple backwards Ks in both of the batter's box in this one. Literally got the outer corner from Sanchez being in the right-hander's batter's box. And that just hit the corner. Church up now for the Cardinals. His first pitch, washing ball on the middle outside. A red zone for him, according to ESPN. Flaherty, leg kick. Fires, ball. Knuckle curve from Flaherty. His first pitch was a 4-seam outside. Here's the third pitch. Fastball low, way outside. Catcher was able to keep it, even though nothing would have happened. No runners on. Well, you could steal. I don't know if MLB has that rule. I know I've seen it in college once or twice, but Flaherty, 3-0 pitch. Ball outside. He had no reason of pitching to Church there. 4-pitch walk. And you don't like to see that after you set down the first batter on a backwards K. Now the guy who threw out Riley Green from the catcher spot, Pajes. Who was playing first base? I should have known that. That's Torque. Flaherty's pitch. High and in, almost got Pages, and did it. It did get Pages. And Flaherty, wild here early. It didn't look like it got him. I think it got him on the elbow. But now runners on first and second for the Cardinals. And they take their lead. I gotta say, the baby blue jerseys do look nice. Flaherty's pitch. Laid down a bunt. That's perfect. McGonigal fires. Out at first. Excuse me, that was not McGonigal. That's Dingler. Dingler runs up, grabs the perfect bunt, throws it over to first. And the Cardinals batter does his job in advancing the runners. Almost got safe, too. That was a perfect bunt. Dingler runs up, bare hands, and just you have to fire there. And barely got Pages. Excuse me, not Pages, Scott. Now, JJ Weatherholt up. First pitch to him, fastball on the outer lower corner. Weatherholt out in the left-hander's batter's box. Dylan Dingler, fourth Tigers catcher to win a Gold Glove. He won it last year in 2025. 1-1 count. Ball was low and in to Weatherholt. Runners on second and third. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him. Fouled it off. No, that was a fastball out. No runner advances. Didn't get by Dingler that much. And, of course, Comerica Park, sponsored by Comerica. Flaherty gets a sign, checks the runners, and fires. Ball low and in, excuse me. Count moves to twos. Herrera and Burleson in the deck and 3-hole. Flaherty steps off, shakes off his hand, resets the pitch clock. Fouled off. Curveball goes behind the plate. Weatherholt trying to at least get something through the infield. If you even get one thing. Oh, no, there's 2 outs. Never mind. It's all or nothing here. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball. And the Cardinals leave 2 stranded. And the Tigers bats, the hot Tigers bats, come up in the bottom of the second after a minute of break. And now we head back to me putting okay, what do we got? Weatherholt at second. I got that. Sanchez. Damn, my computer running. So nice having a new laptop. I got this new laptop yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't. Burleson at first. Can't quite remember. But it's shout out my grandmother for getting me this. My laptop was basically on the last stages of its life. Gorman at third. I knew that. I know Nolan Gorman. Don't know him personally, but shout out MLB The Show for doing this. And I'll be back tomorrow night on Sunday after Easter for some Easter Game 3 action, whether this is going to be a rubber match tomorrow or just a series sweep opportunity from the Tigers. Jordan Walker in right. Interesting from Walker being in right. He used to be a third baseman. I'm pretty sure. Shout out MLB The Show once again. Was a big baseball fan no matter where I was, but I want to know if that's actually pronounced. I'm assuming it's Pages and not Pages. Pages would be an interesting name. Church in left and Scott in center. Short shots of Comerica Park in the ads. Not Comerica Park, excuse me. not Comerica Park. What am I saying? Ford Field. No Lions fan here. He may be a Tigers fan, but he's not a Lions fan. Gotta love baseball no matter what. Best time of the year. A week and 2 days ago was opening day. Here's the pitch. Ball on the inside. Up now for the Tigers. Torkelson, the first baseman. 8 seconds on the pitch clock. Down to 6, down to 5. Here's the leg kick and fires. Fouled off down the left field line into foul territory. Out of play. May in the bottom of the second, 36 pitches. Excuse me, Zach McKinstry's up. I forgot it was a throwout. But Zach McKinstry in the batter's box. 1-1 count to McKinstry. Puts the leg back and kicks and fires. Thought about the fastball high. Called for ball 2. I forgot that Riley Green got thrown out at second from Pages. McKinstry up, Torkelson on the 2-hole, and Meadows in the 3 spot. Leg kick from May. Ball on the inside into the dirt low. And 3-1 count to McKinstry, trying to get on for Torkelson, and then Meadows in the 3 deck. Tigers with a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the second. 1 game 1, 4-0. Hit down the first base line into foul territory. And now we have a full count. Action to the CMU Central Michigan Chippewas alum in Zach McKinstry. A player you will say fire up to if you went to the school up in Mount Pleasant. Leg kick back and kicks it up. Fire. Swing and a miss from McKinstry. Sets down the Chippewas. Gotta be careful with that one. Gotta be careful. Sets down McKinstry. Okay. For a second, they went with a injured in an auto accident law ad, and I was like, who got injured? May almost did in the top of the first. Bottom of the first. Got a comebacker to his leg, 104 off the bat. Leg kick to Torque. Fastball down the middle. That's the second Tiger in the first 2 innings to watch one of those pitches go by. 0-1 count to Torkelson. Leg kick back. Ball on the outside. For the Cardinals lineup in the outfield, you have Church in left, Scott in center, Walker in right. Going third to first, you have Gorman at third, Sagas at short, Weatherholt at second. Here's a pitch. Fly ball down the first base line into foul territory and out of play. Burleson in first, and then Pages behind the plate. Dustin May on the bump. Lucky Van catching that foul off. Hit off the top and was able to reach and get the ball over a fan. May's kick and fires. Ball slider on the outside. Counts now all 2s. Comerica Park with a capacity of 41,083 fans. Dustin May, leg kick and fires. Chopper goes onto the plate. Torkelson throwing the ball back to the dugout. Pages gets a new one from the umpire behind the plate. And the fans still getting some cheers. Getting some cheers. Leg kick from May. Flies down the right field line. Walker looking up, and it's over the wall, just in foul territory. Thought that was maybe gone, but no cigar there. And it's still showing shots of the young fan. And the guy in front of her on her phone, man. The Tigers are batting. Time is called. Count remains 2-2. And I wonder what the announcers are saying because I didn't see the whole thing. Fan a little emotional. Leg kick and deal. Pop up behind the plate and out into foul territory in the stands. Torkelson batting 125 early on. Hopefully to get that batting average up as May is at 48 pitches. 47 now, 48th come 2. Swing and a miss, fouled off once again. And now we'll almost have 50. Well, we will have 50 pitches from May in this first 2 innings. That's crazy to think about, honestly. We'll see if I can move it right here and maybe get an easier way of calling this. May leg kick and fires. Gets the inside corner, and Torkelson goes down looking. That was a great pitch from May. Got the back door slider. And the Tigers go down 1-2. Do they go down third? Who will know? As Parker Meadows, the center fielder, coming up to the plate. Actually, we're going to move this. Oh, what the hell? Okay, there we go. Don't know what just happened there, but something as we go. Dustin May's first pitch to Meadows was called for a ball. Meadows trailing the big part of outfield. Second pitch to him is a fastball into the zone, called for strike 1. And the Tigers bats letting these fastballs go. I don't know how you let these go. Swing at them. Pitch. Fires low and outside of the zone. Parker Meadows trying to get something going here. 2-1 count to him. May trying to get out. He is at 50. 3 pitches come to. Ball on the inside black. Call for a ball. Not on inside black, but on the inside. 3-1 count to Meadows. 34 first pitches. Call for a strike. Here's a pitch. Ball on the inside, and Meadows walks on 5 pitches. Gonna have a little break in this. Not really, but just got to text my dad. He's leaving. Pitch. Swung down the first base line into foul territory. Up now for the Tigers. The leadoff hitter in Colt Keith. He reached on an infield single. Hit May actually on a comebacker. 104 miles per hour off the bat. 0-1 count to Keith. May checks the runner in Meadows. Meadows back, sliding. Dustin May. Get out of this one. He's going to be gone maybe even by the 4th inning at this rate. 55 pitches. Colt Keith calls time. Steps out of the left-hander's batter's box. Keith trying to do what Torres did for him. Hit one into shallow outfield, and Meadows run. 0-1 deal. Hit into shallow right center field. That hits the gap. Walker gets to it, throws it into second, and gets Keith out. And Keith, being a little too aggressive, slides in and gets tagged out. And AJ Hinch is going to challenge. No, he's not. He thought about it, but did not. That was a fastball high. Keith hit it into the gap and slid feet first. I don't know why you decided to go feet first or even try for two there with Walker being able to cut that off. Totally could have had something going, especially with how Gleyber Torres has been doing in that bottom of the first inning. Driving in Keith from first. Like anything could have happened. Don't need to be too aggressive, especially when you're up 3-0. Hoping anyone listening or watching will have a good Easter tomorrow. It was a good Friday yesterday. Had 2 birdies when I played golf. Not the best golfer, if I'm going to be completely honest. I could lie, but we don't do that. We try not to, at least. Well, Cardinals coming up to bat. We can finally finish this outfield I need to get from the Tigers. McKinstry and Wright. That is interesting. I have not seen that ever. I might want to look at that and see how many times he's played in right. Normally he's at third base. Cole, Keith, and him are mixed up. That's interesting. So McKinstry and Wright. Meadows trailing center. And Green is in left. I swear I've seen Green and right normally. Meadows, Meadows. Dingler behind the dish. Yeah, behind the dish. Green in left. For Tigers lineup, we'll get to that with their fielding, not lineup, but we'll get the fielding coming up. And first pitch to the batter from the Cardinals is a double down the left field line. Dang. I wasn't even prepared for it to start up already. That's why you gotta keep your head on a swivel. But so Flaherty gives up a first pitch, double down the left field line. And here's his pitch. Ball on the outside. I believe that was Jordan Walker that got that double. We'll see what it was. Hold on. Let me find their lineup. Second pitch called for ball on the outside. Excuse me, that was Herrera. He doubled down the left field line. Now in scoring position. Leads, fires. Hit to Torkelson. He gathers and walks over to first, but advances the runner to third. Cardinals are in good spots to possibly put up their first run in this inning. As the sideline reporter interviewing the fan that caught the ball early. I'm going to have to look at this later on, figure out what this was about. First pitch to Nolan Gorman is called for a ball outside low. Gorman in the left-hander's batter's box. Doing more sideline reporting. Pitch to Gorman is called for a ball on the inside. 2-0 count to Gorman from Flaherty. Call for a ball on the outside. And Flaherty in a spot to possibly walk Gorman and not load the bases, but get runners on the corners and open a potential double play opportunity. Here's a pitch. Called strike one. Inside low. Excuse me, not inside low. Low middle. Low middle fastball. Tigers in the top of the third, if you're now joining us, hold a 3-0 lead. Runners on third. Chopper down the first base line. Count goes to full. Almost got a backdoor slider. Really wish I knew what they were talking about. Interesting style of sideline reporting, interviewing fans is definitely something interesting you want to do. Flaherty strikes out Gorman, swinging a miss on the high fastball, and he goes from a 3-0 count to full count and then striking out. Great job from as much as I'm starting to realize I might know that fan. Probably not, but looks familiar. As is a swing and miss to Jordan Walker. Walker, the right fielder today. Tigers lineup. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss from Walker once again. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Cardinals. Keith at third, McGonigal short, Torres second, and Torkelson at first, left to right. Call time. Must be call time from Dingler at the dish. Gets back in. Left to right in the outfield. Riley Green in left. Parker Meadows center. Zach McKinstry in right. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Ball. And the Cardinals let it off with a double down the left field line. And now they're just trying to score Herrera. Burleson goes down. Gorman goes down. And now Jordan Walker, the right fielder, trying to do something. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Thought about it. Slider on the outside. No cigar there. Ball. And now goes to all twos. Flaherty gets a sign. Stares down Herrera. Fires. Pop up. Out of play behind on the right field line. In the foul territory. Do we get another fan catch? Did not look like it. Maybe what should we call it? Not catcher's mitt, just fielding glove to the ballpark. You never know if you're going to catch a ball. I know it's rare, but you might get one. 2-2 count, deals. Fastball gets through the third base and shortstop gap into left field, and the Cardinals score 1 from Jordan Walker. He did not miss the high fastball there. Got it. Shooting right through the 5-6 gap. Hit it, just didn't get under it, but got on top of it and worked perfectly into the hole. Into shallow left field. Scores 1. Flaherty sits at 50 pitches. Fires, gets a swing and a miss from the shortstop in Sages. Tigers trying to get out of this one after giving up 1. Flaherty on the bump, and Dustin May both in the 50s with their pitches through 3 innings almost. 2 2/3. Flaherty gets a call, pulls a leg back and sets. Thinking of checking the runner, leg kicks and fires. Low and outside, Walker does not advance as it went into the dirt. Giving up runs with 2 outs is just one of the worst things you can do and worst feelings. But it does happen, and you got to just move on to the next batter, and that's what Flaherty's trying to do. Count is 1-1 to Sages. Here's the pitch. Call ball on the outside. Almost got the black, but did not. And Flaherty trying to get out of this. Up a double and then a run from Walker. Fastball low and away. Count goes to 3-1. And if I'm if I'm Flaherty, I'm trying just to attack. You give up 1 run. You have a runner on first, sure, but you have 2 runs of wiggle room. Pitch. Chopper to the third baseman and Keith. He steps up and throws to Torkelson and sires down the side. Cardinals score 1 on 2 hits, 1 error, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Back in a minute for the bottom of the third, and more Tigers bats. Whoosh. Yeah, no, that would be because I'm like this. I'm like really wonder what the fan was about. Well, Tigers up bat. We'll see what this is gonna do. I want to do the full game. I might not. Sorry, y'all, for a dog in the back. Back with more Tigers baseball. Torres to lead it. Excuse me, not Torres. Kevin McGonigal to lead it for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. McGonigal showing pride of being a star rookie for the Tigers. May leg kicks and fires. Called strike 1 on the lower inside corner. Don't see many ABS challenges nowadays, but it does happen. May sets, leg kick, and fires. Hit up the middle. That's an infield single from McGonigal up to shallow center field. And McGonigal leads it off with a single. And he just starts to trying to maybe think of going 4-2. There's a little slider on the outside. He puts it up through the second and shortstop gap. 4-6 hole. Found perfectly. Second baseman was a little shifted more towards the first base side and found that hole perfectly. McGonigal takes his 2-step lead, maybe 3 steps. Torres up now, pitches. Fastball bounces, gets behind the catcher. He can't find it. And McGonigal, round second, almost thought about going for third, but he will take his advancement from the wild pitch from May. Yeah, looked to be a slider. Hit the dirt before and just bounced up high. Got behind Paez. And McGonigal, rounding second, slips and runs back to second. Torres in the right-hander's batter's box. McGonigal takes his lead. Here's a pitch. Call ball on the outside. Moves to 2-0. Make sure, yeah, I am talking. That's good. Didn't know if I was live or not. Well, I knew I was live. I didn't know if my mic was on. 2-0 count to Torres. Swing and a miss. Got it by him with the fastball. Gleyber Torres with a 17% chase rate. One of the lowest in the game since the start of 2025. Lowest 3 or top 3, I guess. Swing and a miss. Got it by Torres. And Torres watches 2 balls, 1 wild pitch, and goes down missing on 2 swings. Count goes 2-2s. My ESPN is being really slow. It's not updating. Swung on the sinker. McGonigal at second. May checks McGonigal. He takes a step lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it by him. Excuse me, that's a foul ball. Tigers with a 3-1 lead. Scored 3 in the first inning. Have not scored since. Cardinals scored 1 in the top of the third. It's a 3-1 ball game. Dustin May checks McGonigal and leg kick. Fires. Chopper to the second baseman in Weatherholt. He throws it over to Burleson. Makes the first out of this one. But Torres does his job. Advances McGonigal to third. And now the Tigers trying to regain their 3-run lead. Just got on top of it. That could have been some damage possibly if Torres just wasn't on top of it, as it was just a low chopper to the second baseman, Weatherholt. He throws it over the first and Burleson and makes the first out. Now up is Carpenter. He watches a ball high and away. Carpenter 1-for-1, had a 2-run home run back in the bottom of the first inning. Went Oppo Taco to left field as he is in the left-hander's batter's box. 1-0 count. May checks McGonigal at third and fires. Called strike one. Middle in. Middle low, excuse me. Middle. I don't know why I keep saying middle in. Middle low from the sink action. Carpenter steps back into the box. Him as well in the left-hander's batter's box. A lot of lefty-righty matchups here. Here's a pitch. Pop up in to shallow center field. Scott ranging under it. He makes the catch, and then McGonigal tags, throws in, offline, and McGonigal scores from a sac fly from Kerry Carpenter. And Carpenter with 3 RBIs early. Third inning, 3 RBIs. Got 2 in the first, now 1 in the third. Just what you have to do. You got to get it in the air, and he did good on that. Scott with the offline throw. If he had it online, that may have been a score. May have been an out, possibly. You love. He ranged back, tagged, and sprinted home. And Riley Green hands up. Now he steps back in the box. Here's a pitch. Got the curveball in center of the zone for strike one. McGonigal getting some lessons from pitching coach and hitting coach. Here's a pitch. Fastball high and away. 4-1. McGonigal still getting lessons on the tags. McGonigal did good. Got a single and got on. Advanced on a wild pitch and advanced on an out grounder as Riley Green flies it to left field, and Church under it makes the catch, throws it into the stands for a fan, and the Tigers score a 1 spot in the bottom of the third. As we will go to the top of the fourth. Back in a minute for some more Cardinals bats, as I will mute now. Okay, sorry, y'all. Getting back to it. 1 out. Just watching a replay of my call for the home run. Tigers get 1 out here early. What was it? Trying to find what it was. Fouled off. Has now up. Baez in his first at bat, hit by pitch. Church fouled out to third. Pitch. Ball low and in. What does it mean, fouled out? Fouled out to third. Oh, may have been a bunt. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Here's a pitch from Flaherty. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. 2 outs here early in the top of the fourth. Flaherty doing his job. Flaherty almost up at 70 pitches. He's at 68, so no joke action there. Scott now up, the center fielder for the Cardinals. Oh, change up low and middle. 4-1. Pitch from Flaherty. Called strike one on the lower outside corner. Count moves to 1-1. Tigers line up in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Called strike two on the outside corner once again. From left to right, Riley Green in left. Parker Meadows center, Zach McKinstry in right. Scott looks down Flaherty. Flaherty back. Pitch. Hit to right field. McKinstry looking up, gets under it, and makes the running catch. Cardinals go down 1, 2, 3 in the fourth inning. Now we head to the bottom of the fourth. Back in a minute. 4 more Tigers bats. Tigers now back up. Backstop bashing Dylan Dingler. 2 home runs. First time in Tigers history a catcher has produced each of the team's first 2 in the season. His first pitch. Fouled off behind the plate to the backstop. For the Cardinals lineup, Church in left, Scott in center, and Walker in right. Gorman at third, Sajas at short, Weatherholt second, Burleson at first. Paez behind the dish. Here's a pitch from May. Fastball in to Dingler and hits him. And Dylan Dingler will walk to first. His first at bat, he struck out swinging, and now he was hit by a pitch. Both Flaherty and May in the 70s pitching. They're definitely going to get at least 4 out of them, maybe 5. 5 definitely, possibly for the Tigers. Not so much for the Cardinals in May. Here's a pitch. Fouled off down the left field line as McKinstry trying to advance Dingler. McKinstry, another bat from the Tigers, batting only 154. No home runs, no RBIs with a 308 OBS. Yeah, OBS, not OPS. Pitch to McKinstry. Foul ball behind the plate. Runs over to the backstop. Count goes to 0-2. 2 fouled off. 1 changeup, 1 fastball. Tigers trying to advance Dingler and possibly score another run as they lead by 3, 4-1. Bottom of the 4th, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pitch clock thrown. McKinstry hits it to deep right field, and that's over the wall. McKinstry gets his first. Tigers take a 6-1 lead. McKinstry did not miss that one as he's running home, steps on the plate, looks up to the sky, hugs Dingler, and gets it going. As the TV broadcast is doing a little bit of a game summary for the Tigers. Second home run, May's given up, and May will stay in. No outs here. Here's the 1-0. 0-0. Now 1-0. And you could tell if you were listening to it, I wish I heard the crack. If you hear the crack of that bat, I'm sure if you go back and listen, you'll know it's gone. 1-0 for May. Called strike 1 on the middle part of the plate to Torkelson. Torkelson batting in the 8th spot. McKinstry going yard along with his teammate in Carpenter. Pitch to Torkelson. Grounder. Chopper to the third baseman in Gorman. He throws it over to Bertelson. Makes the first out after giving up a home run to right field from McKinstry. Showing some replays. No runners on. May's pitch. Fly ball to left center field gap. Ranging on. And the left fielder drops it with a collision. And Torkelson runs. He's rounding second. And that's a triple. That's a triple from Spencer Torkelson. Excuse me, Parker Meadows. Torkelson grounded out. I called that. Parker Meadows hits a triple. I don't know why this thing hasn't updated for me at all. It's so dumb. But Meadows hits it to left center field. And the left fielder in church rounding it, puts up his glove. He looks like he made the play. No, it just fell. Both of them just didn't get to it. And it goes down, and that is a triple from Parker Meadows in the 9 spot. And now coming up is Colt Keith. As now we're going to a break, it looks like. There might be a new pitching change after that one. But Colt Keith will be up. He is 2 for 2 on the day. Reached on an infield single after hitting May in the leg on a comebacker, 104 off the bat. Yep. Brewhill has relieved May. May's final line is not done yet. But Colt Keith reached on an infield single to first and then single to right. Keith outstretching at second. And then Meadows advanced to third. But in this one, Zach McKinstry, a little recap of this inning so far if you're just joining us. Dylan Dingler gets hit by a pitch. McKinstry goes yard to right for a 2-run shot. Torkelson ground out to third with a 5-3 out. And then Parker Meadows hits it to left center field. The left fielder and center fielder in Church and Scott don't get to it. It falls, and Parker Meadows has a triple. And now Colt Keith comes up to the plate and is a 6 at McKinstry home run. Cardinals scored 1 in the bottom of the top third. And Tigers got that back, making it 4-1. Tigers now with 2 home runs in this game. Tigers with 7 hits on 6 runs. Cardinals with a mere 2 and 1 run. 1 error from the Cardinals as well. Justin Brewhill pitching now. The left-handed pitcher. And now with a pinch hit from the Tigers as Colt Keith gets pinched hit for Matt Vierling. Interesting pinch hitting someone. I know it's the matchups, but with Colt Keith batting 2 for 2 on the day. Interesting. 1-0 count to Vierling. Watches ball 2 on the inside. Dustin May shots of him looking devastated after giving up 6 runs. Very unlike the Cardinal pitcher. Here's a pitch. Called strike 1 on the inner half. Count moves to 2-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers lead by 5, 6-1. Tigers won yesterday with a 4 against the Cardinals in their opening day. They try and make it a series victory for their first home series today and stop what they had is a 4-run loss streak. Pitch to Vierling, hit towards left field. Church underneath it, makes the catch. He will throw. Meadows tags, and Meadows just barely gets safe. Great throw from Church, almost got him. Meadows foot on the plate, and the catcher in Pajes catches it and just tags the Meadows. That was almost a gun from deep left center field. Get down if you need to, because the catcher in Pajes was standing up straight. As Matt Vierling does his job in the pinch hit opportunity, and they're basically 3 for 3. First pitch to the lefty in McGonigal is called for a strike. McGonigal, 1 for 2 on the day. Reached on an infield single last time. Watches ball 1, on the outside. Vierling, 21 years old, youngest Tiger with 10-plus hits in team's first 8 games of a season since Alan Trammell. 1-1. Ball low and away. Count goes to 2-1. And the Tigers' bats have been working. Obviously, they have 6 hits. I thought they had 7. 6 hits, 7 runs. Here's the pitch. Down through the middle. Now it's all 2s once again to Kevin McGonigal. 1 run, 1 strikeout today. McGonigal ready for his pitch. Brewhill fires. Chopper to the first baseman in Burleson. He tosses it over to Brewhill. Makes the second out. That retires the side. As the Tigers put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th. And we go to the top of the 5th. And back in a minute with some action. And we mute here. As we move to the top of the fifth inning, Tigers lead the Cardinals. And I just realized I have a hole in my chair. That's a zipper, though, I think. Well, that's something I wasn't really expecting to see. Well, that's something I'll address. As Flaherty hits his first batter, Cardinals with Weatherholt getting hit by a pitch to start this top of the fifth frame. Now Isaiah Herrera up now, scoring the first run for the Cardinals back in the top of the third. The lone run, Flaherty checks Weatherholt at first, upstanding. Heath at third, McGonigal short, Torres second, Torkelson at first. Pitch from Flaherty. Ball one, low and middle. Middle low. Called. Strike one, middle low. Oh, found some lead from a pencil underneath. Flaherty pitches. Ball two on the middle in. And in the outfield, going left to right, Riley Green in left, Parker Meadows center. In the right now is Matt Vierling, and Zach McKinstry has moved to third. Colt Keith is out. I forgot about that. McKinstry back to his normal position. Pitch from Flaherty. Ball three on the outside. McKinstry. Vierling in right. 3-1 count to Herrera. Pitches. Called strike two on the outside. And Herrera walking towards third as he thought that was a ball, and he is going to challenge. We have our first ABS call, and he gets it successful. That is off by at least almost 2 inches. And 2 walks to start this top of the fifth. And if I'm AJ Hinch, the leash is getting light as, yes, they are calling towards the bullpen to get someone up. Flaherty's first pitch. Fouled off down the left field line. Tracking his left fielder, and it's off the wall. Fires in. That's going to be a 1-run score as Burleson does his job. Flied out, hit the left field wall, and scores 1. Went down and got it. Double to left, Weatherholt scored, and Herrera to third. And now runners on second and third, and the Cardinals have something going. But they've had something going before, and they haven't scored. Weatherholt got on via hit by pitch, and Flaherty looks like he's going to stay in. They talked to him. It's probably going to be a light leash here with someone moving in the bullpen, especially with Jordan Walker on deck, and had the only RBI before this inning when he scored in Herrera after he doubled and then advanced. Here's a pitch from Flaherty. Called strike one on the upper middle half. Nolan Gorman up now. The third baseman for the Cardinals. 0 for 2 on the day. Batting .208 with 2 home runs. Here's a pitch. Ball on the outside. Tigers with no outs here. So they are leading by 5 runs. 7-2. 1-1. Foul off behind the plate into the backstop. As the ball boy is going to run. Pick it up. As the catcher in Dingler gets a new ball. Throws it over to Flaherty. And Flaherty sitting at 83 pitches. Trying to get Gorman, possibly get maybe a double play somehow with runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Gets the inside low, 4-2, and that almost hit Gorman. And that's something you don't want to see. Is your pitcher almost hitting and loading the bases. This knuckle curve just gets by with Gorman being able to step back with his back foot as he is in the left-hander's batter's box. Here's a pitch from Flaherty. Ball hits the plate, caught up by Dingler, and no advancements from the runners. Great job from Dillon there. The pitch hit the plate, bounced up, and Dingler was able to get it before it bounced once again. But now the count is full to Nolan Gorman, and a potential bases loaded opportunity coming up for Jordan Walker, who is on deck. And then Sages. Pitch to Gorman is a ball on the outside, and now bases are. And you got to think that now it's Flaherty's day. Oh, and now that I can actually say it, Dustin May's final scorecard: 3 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 79 pitches, 48 called for strikes with a 15.95 ERA. Brewhill only pitched 2/3 of an inning, as we are now going to be in break back in a minute or so while a new pitcher gets set up. Back in a minute. As we get back for a new pitcher in Drew Anderson, 12-7 last year with an ERA of 2.25, 246 strikeouts. That's what you like to see as the reliever, and I think that's how I'm going to do it from now. First pitch from him to Walker is ball low and away. You got to be careful here, especially with Walker already 1 for 2 on the day, but also bases are loaded. Pitch. Hit from Walker, and that's going over the wall, and that's a grand slam from Jordan Walker. And that is not what you like to see if you are a Tigers fan, as the score is now 7-6. Tigers lead still, but that is not what you like to see, as he goes deep to left center field, and you knew right off the bat. I'm not listening to it, but you could tell that went right off the bat. It was a high-end fastball, and Walker did not miss that. You got to feel for Anderson, though. You got to feel for any pitcher that gives up a home run, especially a grand slam. His pitch. Ball on the outside. Batting now is the shortstop in Sages. Swinging. And now with that home run, Jack Flaherty's day is done. With Jack Flaherty, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 runs. Pop up to Torkelson at first. He walks over into foul territory, makes the catch, makes the first out. So Jack Flaherty, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts on 86 pitches. 47 of them on strike, 7.56 ERA. Drew Anderson checks in. 1 hit, 1 earned run. Because technically, his only earned run is Jordan Walker. Anderson's pitch to Church. Swinging a miss, got him on the curveball. Church 0 for 1 on today. Walked in his first at bat in the second. Pitch. Swinging a miss, got him outside. 2 straight strikes from Anderson. Way to bounce back after giving up a grand slam. Gets 1 out. Goes 2 with 2 strikes to Church. The left fielder. Pitch. Chopper to the third baseman McKinstry. He gets over, gathers, throws to first and Torque, and makes the second out. I believe that was McKinstry. I'm pretty sure McKinstry's at third after that pinch hit change. Yeah, no likes. Even though I had 2 people in here. Interesting. It's fine. Pitch. Swinging a miss. Scott Pajes by on the K. Not K, but a view of Al Kaline and left field. Pitch from Anderson is a curveball that slipped out of his hand and hit Pajes. And another hit by pitch in this one. I gotta look into this on how many hit by pitches that the Tigers have hit. As now Scott will come up. Scott is 0 for 1 on the day. Hit a sacrifice bunt to the catcher. Pajes to second. Church to third. Back in the second. And in the fourth, he flied out. First pitch to Scott. Ball 1 on the inside. Anderson throws a grand slam and then gets 2 straight outs and then hit by pitch. Second pitch to Scott. Pajes runs back to first. Scott was a little bit in Dingler's way of throwing to throw. And Pajes almost got caught in the middle. He tried stealing and then he stopped and then ran back. Pitch to Scott. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. Pajes taking an aggressive lead at first. 2 outs here. Pitch. Curveball slipped out of his hand almost again. Looked like it as it goes high and away. And now the count is 3-1. And the Tigers pitching is struggling after a grand slam given up. And now only a 1-run lead. Pitch to Scott, fouled off down the third base line. As the count now goes to full. Shots of Jordan Walker, the man, the myth, the Grand Slam king. I don't know what I was trying to go with that one there. Here's a pitch. Fouled off down, out of play. Coming up will now be the 7th pitch of the at bat. Basically, the score with these pitches went 6, Cardinals score, and 7 with the Tigers score. Yes, you can make the joke, I guess. Top of 5, 2 outs. Full count, Pajes at 1. Pitch. Gets him on a looking curveball up in middle of the zone. And Anderson gives up 1 run with the home run from Walker. And Flaherty gives up 4 runs in his outing. 5 runs, excuse me. Both starters for the Cardinals and Tigers. Flaherty gives up 5 earned. May gives up 7 earned. Tigers lead 7-6 as we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Back in a minute. Back for bottom of bottom is in Spanish. First pitch to Torres was a swing and miss. Second pitch hit down the third base line into foul territory. As the ball boy or girl will get it and throw it into the stands. Brew Hill back on the bump for the bottom of the 5th after he took over from May. 7-6 ball game. 0-2 count to Torres. Here's the pitch. Fastball high for ball 1. Tigers trying to get back their lead they gave up. Brew Hill's pitch fires. Curveball lost his footing there. Don't like to see that, as that could be a potential injury thing there. As it's unfortunate the Tigers not having their dirt mound path from home plate anymore that ended last year. Last team to do so. Here's the pitch. Swinging bunt, pulls it back. First base umpire says Torres did not go. Count is now full. Brew Hill pulls up, sets, and kicks. Swing and a miss. Got Torres for the K. It was a foul tip, but caught by the catcher. So a strikeout from Torres to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Carpenter now up. Pitch to him. Ball 1 outside slider. Carpenter 1 for 1 on the day. Hit a 2-run shot back in the bottom of the 1st and a sac fly in the 3rd. Pitch to him. Called strike 1. Lower outer half. Pitch from Brew Hill. Swing and a miss. Popped up. Out of play. That's the thing with not listening to this, not even hearing the crack. Like in normal broadcast, you can hear the sound. You can tell if it's off the bat. Here, you can't. I'm just watching it. I would show, but I can't. I don't want to get fined for even not having a single viewer on my stream. Don't want to get sued for showing the broadcast. And good thing I don't wear glasses so you can't even see it. Carpenter, 1-2 count. Brew Hill sets, gets the call and fires. Ball 2 on the outside, high and away. Speaking of tigers, what's y'all's favorite animal? Tiger. Mine's a shark. Pitch from Brew Hill. Called ball 3 on the outside slider action. I used to want to become a marine biologist, do Shark Week. I still want to swim with sharks. I have once. I have one time. Full count, pitch to Carpenter. Chopper over the shortstop, second baseman, caught by the second baseman. Looked like about a swinging bunt action, as that was a chopper up in the air to Weatherholt. He makes the catch, retires Carpenter. And Brew Hill, potential 1-2-3 action here in the bottom of the 5th. And I will say, my throat's kind of, not my throat, the top of my mouth is starting to hurt, so I think I'm going to end it after this inning. First pitch to Riley Green is called strike 1 on the outer half. Brew Hill sets, leg kick and fires. Fastball high and in. Called for ball 1. Got some action going on in the bullpen. Matt Vonson pitch to Green, called ball 2 on the outer half. Pitch to Green. Swings up, pops it up, out of play. Goes down into deep foul territory down the third base line. Had to think of that for a second. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little headache. So sorry that I can't do the whole game, y'all. I think I'm going to cancel my basketball stream from Michigan later today. But we'll see. We will see. As Brew Hill's talking to Pajes, with the count being 2-2. Pajes now goes back, puts his mask back on. The Cardinals wearing their baby blue tops, baby blue pants. Tigers wearing their all whites with their navy blue. I'm pretty sure it's navy blue. Don't quote me on that. Navy blue helmets. Here's the pitch. Ball. Fastball outside. Count goes to full once again. As Riley Green trying to score something here. As a pitch clock now down to 8, 7, 6. Leg kick fires. Ball on the outer half. Riley Green will walk to first. And we aren't done yet, people. We are not done yet. And Brew Hill looks to possibly be taken out. And yes, Matt Swanson is coming in. And now with that, we will take a break and wait for him to be ready. Back in a minute. Back for some more bottom of the Cinco. As the Tigers are watching replays of Dylan Dingler home runs. Dingler bombs. Don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's fine. I mean, it's literally Meadow bombs. Maybe not. Yeah, it's fine. Swanson's pitch. Called strike one to Dingler. Well, obviously it's Dingler. Because, Matt Swanson, 60.1 innings, 16 and a third innings, ERA under 2. His pitch. Check swing. Called strike 2 from Dingler. Says he went around. Now, 2 outs. 1 runner on at first. 0-2 count. Scores 6-7. Pitch. Called ball on the lower outer corner. Almost got the corner. Tigers trying to get back to the promised land, just like the Cardinals back in the early 2010s when they won the World Series. Here's a pitch. Called strike 3 on the outer half. ABS challenge from Dingler, I believe. Yes, as we will see. And that did not catch any of the zone. That was off by 0.4 inches. Good challenge there from Dingler. Count goes to 2-2. Pitch to Dingler. Ball on the outer corner once again. 3 straight pitches. I'm going to try and do that. 3 straight pitches on the outer corner. Outer lower corner. Dingler in the right-hander's batter's box. Runner takes his lead at first. Pitch. Chopper foul down the third base line. Dingler trying to do something. Count is full to him. Trying to score 1 as the shot now goes to right field and Walker for the grand slam. Pitch to Dingler. Walk. Ball is outside and low. 7-pitch walk to Dingler. And now runners on first and second with 2 outs. Yeah, really. That's why I'm going to end it after this. But Zach McKinstry, last at bat. 2-run shot. Here's a pitch. Fouled off behind the plate into the stands. Hopefully a lucky fan can get that ball. Well, I think any fan is going to get that unless it goes all the way over the stadium, which that'd be impressive, honestly, with these stadiums nowadays. Pitch to McKinstry. Line down the first base line. Gets through the hole. Green's going to round third. He's going to score. And McKinstry with an RBI double. In McKinstry, it is Central Michigan Chippewas Day for McKinstry as Riley Green scores and the Tigers take a 2-run lead. Looked to be a little sink action, and McKinstry shoots it through the 3-4 hole into the shallow right field. Literally, it was not that big of a hole. And Green rounds third, and they didn't even barely got it in. Heck, Dingler, if he was fast enough, he could have ran. Runners on second and third. First pitch to Torkelson. Check swing, bunt, foul. Extra bases taken leaders last year. McKinstry with the most at 74%. Pitch to Torkelson. Hit to left field. Church looking up. He gets under it and makes the catch on the warning track. And the Tigers score 1 in the bottom of the 5th. So this is now where I'm going to end the stream just because the upper roof of my throat and lower back is kind of hurting. And with stuff tomorrow, and I don't really want my throat to be hurting, respectfully. on the stream. This will be uploaded good hour and 50 minutes ish call. So good luck, Tigers. Hopefully they can win game 2 and win the series against the Cardinals. And we'll see if I'm calling this game tomorrow night if I'm feeling good enough. So peace, y'all. Have a good night and happy Easter.